Alrighty, guys. Hello and welcome to our second set of the day. This is Sin Gaming up against Kanga Esports. Two squads that have gone through some changes during the off season, and Kanga actually going through some changes this week. Bit of a different lineup for them this week than what they had last week. Unfortunately for them, in terms of what they wanted to get out of this. But we're going to see them go up against Sin Gaming. Most of these guys were formerly on Avant Gaming, but we're seeing the return of some faces like Osher and Rana to the OPL. Osher only had a brief stint in the OPL, but I think he really impressed a lot of people while he was there.
Yeah, certainly a standout during his time with playing with the majority of the new Kanga roster, actually, with Noose and the likes on the other side of things. So going up against his former team, he definitely was a standout, and we'll see if he's able to carry that on in this second split.
Yeah, his solo lane exploits were very interesting because he managed to take down Kiki Omiyo, solo him a fair few times actually.
Yeah, very, very strong outing, as you said. He's just doing so much work in that solo lane, and a lot of teams were kind of forced to camp him out of the game as much as they could, similar to what we saw Kiki go through at the CGPL LAN. He was kind of camped out of the game by a lot of teams, and yeah, it's just been a really strong outing from Osher.
With Kanga as well, the rest of their lineup, Noose is going to still be in the solo lane. Desecrate is still in the mid, but we're going to see a couple of other changes. I think we're seeing Disrupt Bay in the ADC position for this game, and in terms of support, Blaine Anderson's still there, and Sleepy for the win, who subbed in for Skyfire at the CGPL LAN, is going to be in the jungle.
Yeah, and he had a pretty strong outing as well. He was the First Blood Prince, unable to carry it on to any wins, but he did really well considering it was literally his first competitive games were on LAN, and he just did an outstanding job, synergized really well with the Skyfire guys. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits into this new Kanga roster, and we'll see how we go. But we've got an Odin ban here and a Hell ban by the look of things.
Yeah, so these seem to be the standard first bans away from teams in the OPL nowadays. Really strange to kind of almost return to this meta where Odin and Hell was so strong. This is like the end of Season 2 all over again. Ganesh banned away now by Sin, and Raven, the final takeaway here by Kanga.
Yeah, pretty standard picks and bans, or bans so far, I guess. Then Frey has gotten through, and despite little tweaks to her, she's still a very strong pick. We'll see if that's going... It's a flex pick as well. It can really go mid, jungle, though you don't see too many jungle Freyas these days. A bit more punishable than in a lane, so it can even go to the hunter lane. So we'll see where that fits in for Sin. And the other thing worth mentioning is that Sin's coach, Cutie Pie, was the former coach of Kanga as well, so expect a lot of knowledge of what Kanga want to play, and Cutie helping them out with picks and bans, I'm sure, throughout the week, and really going through what they need to have on their side to counter this Kanga roster.
Alright, so Osiris and Erling Shen picked up here early for Kanga, along with a Ras, so double warrior. We just saw this composition basically out of Red Rocket in our last set. Nemesis and Rama picked up here for Sin Gaming. The Nemesis pick, very, very punishable by envisionizing game one between Mingus Minions and Red Rocket. We'll have to see if Zays can flip the script a little bit here. Terra banned away by Sin, some with Kong taken away by Kanga, so really looking to restrict the warrior god pool of Osher, it seems like.
Yeah, really trying to focus him out as much as they can, and now a Kukulkan taken out as well. And as you said, they're really looking to focus out Osher and not let him have anything he's too comfortable on, which is a really smart move. We've already discussed how strong he was in the previous split. No one would know that better than Noose and the side of Kanga. Having him on their team was just such a boost to the way that they played and how strong they were in the previous split. Despite not really getting the results that they wanted, Osher really was the standout.
They did leave Bologna unbanned though, so Osher's going to straight away pick that one when it comes to his turn to pick God. Athena locked in here for Erratic. Geb and Skadi, the last two picks for Kanga, so pretty high pressure composition actually from Kanga here. So it looks like that's going to be the Freya mid, unless we see some Rama mid craziness.
Yeah, I'd say it's the Freya. I see Rama being you just want him in that hyper carry lane, similar to what a Kronos does. I guess Freya's the same though, so they're kind of like two low pressure early gods that whilst they're still pretty strong in the early game at the moment, it's kind of punishable, especially with a high pressure comp that Kanga have.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head into the game right now. Yeah, it is going to be that Frey in the mid lane, which kind of surprises me since, you know, she's not going to get the most amount of farm there. Might get it a little bit more in their ADC role, but I suppose with, you know, the Rama being picked up here for Sin, they really basically had to just go for put that Freya in the mid. So maybe it's something that Tomolomu really favors in this mid lane.
Yeah, perhaps. Tomolomu kind of still adjusting to this mid lane role, going from support to mid lane. Bit of an adjustment, needing to do a lot more damage, but you know, he also has the support that loves doing damage, and Erratic, known for his aggressive builds, known for going into things like Stoner Binding and really putting a lot of pressure on the other team. And similar to Tori Skies, though, he's able to be punished for it if he's doesn't reel himself in a little bit.
He needs to be very careful here early. The Ra is definitely going to outpush him, while the Ra itself from Desecrator isn't going to be the biggest threat to Tomolomu. In combination with Sleepy's Osiris out of the jungle, able to really lock that Freya down, because she doesn't have a whole lot of escapes, remember. She's got a banish to, you know, banish someone on the enemy team, and she's got her ultimate, but here in the early game, when she doesn't have that ultimate available, needs to be very careful of Sleepy for the win.
Yeah, not to mention she doesn't have a whole lot of sustain with just the tiny trinket online so far. It's a decent amount, but she's not going to be able to stand there and deal out the damage and heal it all back up, as Invade here looks like they steal that one away to Rana. Erratic hit level 2 already, and Blaine Anderson in a lot of trouble.
A lot of damage very early on here from Rana and from Erratic. Good call here early. And that's actually very surprising to me that a Rama and an Athena were able to steal away and win an early engagement against a Skadi and a Geb. Like, Geb isn't the greatest early in the game, but still, a Skadi should more than make up for it, because essentially that's 2 characters there. It's a 3-on-2 when you include that dog.
Yeah, but just not holding their burst correctly there, I think, to secure the red buff, whereas you just saw Erratic just stand next to the buff and just wait until it was low enough to burst it down with that shield wall, and they take that away, they'll take the purple buff. Invade out of Zaze and Tomolomu to take the speed buff away, but countered as well as Desecrator taking early poke here from that slice and dice and pulse combination.
Looks like Sin really want to take advantage of the fact that this is a new Kanga lineup. This is a group of guys that haven't played together for a whole lot of time, and so get the pressure on them early, clutter the comms up, you know, without an established leader on Kanga as well, it's going to be difficult for them to hold it together.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect maybe Noose to be that leader. He's kind of the focus of this team. He's the longest standing member, I guess, and you expect him to kind of be the shot caller, but he's over in the solo lane. You can't really shot call from there, so you've got Blaine Anderson probably going to be taking up the most of that. Is Disrupt Bay taken really low here in the Joe lane.
Yeah, Disrupt. Yeah, gonna fall down here. Give Rana's Rama. Try saying that 10 times. Early kill, and getting a lot of pressure now onto Blaine Anderson.
Yeah, that poke was insane. He didn't miss a basic attack. I think it was 5 in a row there, and just absolutely shredding through that early get.
I'm a fan of Rana being back here in the Hunter role. This is, I think, kind of his most natural role. He's had some, you know, time away from this role, being in the mid lane or being sub for a couple of teams. Very happy to see him back in this role where he can be as aggressive as he likes, basically.
And especially with the team that's formed around them, when you look at Ham and Camembert, Sin these days, they've signed with Sin, still got the old clan tag on there at the moment, but they just do so much aggression throughout the entire map. I mean, you look at Zaze, you look at Erratic, you look at Rana, you look at Osha. Osha happy to soak up the aggression and go aggressive when he needs to, but they're just a team that, as we speak, Erratic dashes in, looks to cash out Sleepy here, and the shots out of the sky from Rana doing a lot of damage here. Sleepy fall in the end, no managed to get away in that Lord of the Afterlife, and they force a few ultimates in return, and there's a rotation coming here from Noose.
The Noose is loose in the back line. Tomolomu takes an excellent snipe there from Desecrator. Big stun, big taunt there out of Erratic, but Zaze dashes back through. Not sure what his objective was there. He's trying to run away now. I don't know if Osha's going to be able to stop it. Blaine Anderson, the support, will end up picking up a kill there onto Zaze. I think the biggest problem in that fight was Rana pulling the trigger on his ultimate just a little bit too early. Rather than waiting to secure a kill, he's trying to get the damage off there early, but there was no easy way to secure that damage early.
Yeah, once the taunt was down from Erratic, real tough time blocking anyone down in the end, and a really good rotation out of Noose from that solo lane catches him out as Osher had to back, and he'll lose his blue buff, and probably the speed buff will go down as well as a result. And you can kind of see Zaze is already on the other side of the map, picking up his back camps, realizing he's probably not going to be able to get his speed without dying, so just takes the farm that he can.
Nothing much doing in terms of the grass here between these two teams. Still relatively early, and still relatively even between these two teams. I think experience is, experience in terms of the players, not necessarily in terms of the gods, is what's really, I think, still having me favour Sin Gaming here. I refuse to say ham and camembert. It's a terrible combination, both in terms of words and in terms of food.
Are you kidding me? Ham and camembert is delicious.
No, that's wrong.
I mean, I'm on board with you and the Tim Tam debacle, but I don't know about this one. I don't know if I can support you on this.
Nah, if you got camembert, you got to pair it with something nice. Blaine Anderson, though, getting taunted and getting paired up with some ultimates and put into the ground. Sleepy trying to get some damage off here, but not going to be enough. Blaine Anderson just absolutely caught out.
Yeah, at least he's improved his slash line from last week, the 0 and 10. He's at least got a kill on the board now, so 1-1-1 for Blaine Anderson. A little bit of a better epic here from Kanga, not being run over like they were last week. Not that we really got to see much of it, but despite the new roster, they're not looking too bad.
Yeah, I suppose that they're, you know, they've had to have come together for a reason, even through unfortunate roster changes. So I suppose that they must have some connection and stuff. I think Disrupted was their sub previously, and then maybe Sleepy's just been brought on from what they saw of him in the CGPL.
Yeah, I think they realize that Sleepy is quite flexible and is subbed for a lot of teams and knows a lot of the roles.
Yeah.
See Erratic and Rana getting aggressive here onto Blaine Anderson. Calder gets some good return damage. I can't say Scardy because it was really all Calder there.
It was all the Doge. Sprint popped here by Sin Gaming as a big rotation comes out of Kanga. Nothing doing there though for the side of Kanga. You know what? I remember what I was going to say you should pair with Camembert. A nice bit of prosciutto. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is better than ham, but it is technically still ham.
No, it's not. Ham is a different curing process to prosciutto.
It's all pork. It's the main thing.
Never say ham and prosciutto are the same thing ever again, Moose. My grandmother will smack you.
Yes, alright. I'll allow the Italian heritage to come through then.
Yeah. Maltese, but close enough. They're basically the same.
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Hey.
Alright, looking in terms of the grass here, slight gold lead for Sin Gaming at this point, around 600. Experience is pretty much dead even here. But really with a Freya, you can't afford to just be even with the enemy team. If you're Kanga, you really need to be looking to get ahead here. The Freya is not going to be doing too much at this stage of the game. You should really be looking to pressure that mid lane, I feel like, and then look for invades off either side of that, especially with such a lane-dominant mid laner like a Ra that's going to be out-pushing a Freya so hard. I don't think Kanga's exploiting that to its full advantage.
Yeah, not to mention a Nemesis isn't the great with clear either. Nor is Athena, although she is getting to a point where she can clear the wave on her own, which is always nice, but again, this pressure onto Osher, I've said it before, he knows that this pressure is going to come. He's not going to go into it without, you know, realizing what happens, but Blink Cataclysm out here from Blaine Anderson catches a couple people, but not a whole lot of damage to follow up.
Oh, great jump in there by Osher. With that Eagles rally, Tomolomu up in the Valkyrie's discretion doing some damage as well, but a good disengage here from the side of Sin Gaming. They managed to secure their speed buff as well, so not allowing Kanga to grab anything at all off of that engagement.
Yeah, as you said, beautiful rotation from Osher, hits a beautiful 3-man Eagles rally and able to secure the speed buff at the same time, I think, with the same ultimate. So beautiful work, and Rana looking to get aggressive and try and steal this purple buff away on the other side of the map.
Rana, the defender of Olympus, comes through from Erratic, and now he's going up with the snipes. Misses the second one, hits the third one so low, is disrupted. Rana's going to be kicking himself after that one.
Yeah, misses the two easier ones and hits the hardest one. It's the bane of some Ramas. Is Sleepy here with a rotation, but the heavenly pot from Erratic will keep his hunter alive for now.
Looks like Kanga should be going for these Oracle Harpies here. And they will get it. There's going to be some important vision over the Gold Fury and some important gold into their coffers.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're not able to get this map pressure. You said that they need to take advantage of this kind of low pressure situation from Sin Gaming, and they're just not doing it at this point in the game. And they're sure they get the Oracles, but No real pressure anywhere else on the map other than stealing away the blue buff on cooldown from Osher, but Osher expects that, and he's at 2-level deficit, but he knows when to fight and when not to, and, you know, they're just going to slap each other in that lane for a while anyway, but I just don't see how Kanga extend their lead from here, and it's, if anything, they're a little bit behind.
Yeah. Well, just keeping on the solo lane for a little bit more, talk to me about this Swiftwing and what it really brings to a solo lane and why we're seeing both of these guys pick it up.
Well, the nerf to teleport, meaning you can't teleport towards without spending an extra 500 gold, just means that Swiftwing's just straight up better. You're getting to fights faster, you're getting to your lane faster, you're not really losing out on farm as little poke gets thrown each way around this gold tree pit. But the beauty of it is, you get a little bit of health, you get more farm, you're not missing out on anything, and the most important thing is you get an extra relic spot, and having a sprint and a shell early game for those soul lanes is so important.
Good taunt there from Erratic, and some decent damage coming out now from Tomolomu that has finished those Shoes of the Magi. That penetration really starting to take effect here. Oracle Harpies were taken by Kanga, but they were trying to get the gold tree, they can't get it. Defender of Olympus comes crashing down onto Blaine Anderson, and Erratic and Zaze will combo for the kill. Erratic, always the aggressive support, will get himself a double kill here with the Athena.
3-0 Athena. That's Erratic in a nutshell, right? Getting all the last hits,
complete opposite of Tori.
Yeah, that's it. No, should be able to pick up the gold tree here, although Noose tries to come in, gets a pick in return. Osher might fall down, forced to Eagles rally away, but Sin Gaming get the gold fury, they trade 1 for 1. Both junglers falling there. Sorry, 2 for 1 wasn't it in the end?
Yeah,
the
2 for 1.
Kill for Erratic.
Very nice work there from Sin Gaming. They get themselves a gold fury, they get themselves 2 kills. That's going to put them out about 2,000 experience and 2,500 gold in the lead.
And now 2-level difference between supports, and Erratic will be able to be that strong aggressor as Tomolomu's beads force in the mid lane by that pin out of Noose. Rana looking to bait Disrupted here, maybe, into a fight?
I think I think Rana's too disciplined to take the fight, and he's got enough wave clear to stand the tower anyway.
He has the lifesteal, which is the big factor. You can see him healing up there from just those in-hands. Managed to get basically back to full health off 1 wave, and we were able to take this fight now that he's got 2-level lead on Disruptor, and it's just going to be lifesteal versus no lifesteal. Colder, I mean, is great, but Ram is able to get up into the sky and mitigate any of that damage for close to 3 seconds.
Yeah. The portal hit was taken as well by the side of Sin Gaming after that little engagement there as well. So a lot of farm going the way of Sin Gaming right now. Very similar story to the Kronos. This Rama is doing a lot of work for Sin.
Have a quick look at the net worth. Erratic is at the top. The support is at the top of net worth at the moment, and that is terrifying if it's an Athena that's 3 levels up on a Geb. How does... Like, I mean, if you get taunted as Geb, how do you survive? Because you can't shield yourself.
Well, you can, but it'd be very difficult. You have to get the timing just right. Like, you have to do it after you've been taunted as well. So, I mean, look, you just pray and survive. He's actually going here for a Void Stone, and while that may seem like an overly aggressive option, I mean, the amount of you get health from it, you get magic protection as well. Considering he's taking so much damage from both Erratic and Tomolomu, I am not actually too worried about this pickup.
Yeah, and he can't body block the Ram autos, at least 5 of them, if those Astral Arrows are online. So, makes sense. He's not going to be able to stand there and tank the physical basic attacks, so, you know, tank some of the magical and be a bit more of a frontline presence in these mid-game in the mid-lane fights.
I just got to correct myself. Kanga actually took the Portal Demon after that engagement, so they saved themselves with a little bit of gold and experience there and don't make it as bad as it could have been. So, yeah, my bad. I went a little bit I got my teams mixed up about who.
I didn't even see it happen. That's how sneaky it was. So.
Exactly. Kanga.
Great job from Kanga.
They snuck it so hard that I thought there's no way that Kanga could have done that. That's too sneaky even for them. So it had to have been Sin. So just props to Kanga.
Yeah, good call, good aggressive call, and we're talking about shot calling, and in a new team it can be a bit hard, but you know they have a couple of more experienced players that they can rely on for that shot calling. And now that Noose is kind of rotating into these fights, hopefully a bit of that shot calling comes through.
Erratic gonna get a 2-man taunt there in the mid lane. Is happy to fight this as well. Was winning the 2-man fight against Sleepy and Desecrator.
Yeah, it's a shame the rest of his team wasn't there to follow up. Actually, that was potentially a double kill in the mid lane. Erratic showing his aggression, but a little bit off point with the comms, looking to solo people there. 2v1 in the end, I guess. And almost doing it, which is, you know, a scary proposition, considering it's a support player.
He doesn't even have any... Basically, the only damage item he's got online is the Jade Emperor's Crown, which is a defensive item, but it gives him 20 magical power. So I suppose that's technically a damage item.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 40 total magical power at this point, so
yeah,
it's just pure Guardian base stats shining through there on the Athena.
Mid lane, looking towards these mid harpies. Kanga is going to take those away, but Sin Gaming will focus there on getting their speed buff. This Nemesis pick, while it, you know, hasn't necessarily got the kills, got the greatest stats in the world, I really like what it's done this game. Helping to lock down targets like Blaine Anderson, like Sleepy, just basically helping his teams to really find the kills. Whereas, and I don't know, I just feel like every character on Sin is late game, and they should not be in the lead at this point in the game with their draft.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw Erratic hit the 2 ticks of shield wall on Desecrator, and you can see how low Desecrator is even after healing. So base stats, that's doing 560 damage. We see the Defender Olympus come through here onto this red buff, looking to steal it away. Shots out of the sky, Blaine Anderson torn it in, and very low Zaze just wipes him out. Erratic getting chased down by the dog, but Disrupt Bay in a lot of trouble himself, and Zaze picks that one up, gets the double kill. Desecrator should fall here as well.
Yeah, Zaze starting to really come online. Oh, snipe from Desecrator, just a little bit mistimed.
Beautiful whoop there to peel for his jungler there. Tomalamu able to hit that skill shot very nicely. Sleepy gets turned on by 5.
There's the Roamer Invictor from Osha, gets the Scourge out as well, but the rest of his team, they're just looking for these Oracle Harpies, and then it looks like they're possibly going for this Gold Fury.
Yeah, Eagles rally off the line here, but Osha should be able to... They might just drop the Gold Fury and go straight onto the side of Kanga here if they're not careful. Pick up the Gold Fury for themselves. Maybe look for her pick, or... No, it looks like the call's to back off, except Zaze. Zaze just going back to that mid lane, looking for Desecrator if he can.
Yeah, trying to get some more kills for himself. He's balanced out his KD, now he's got to try and get it positive.
Yep, I'm sure they have, you know, reward bounties for each player, and the higher your KDA is, then the more reward you get, right?
Exactly. The more ham and camembert you get.
Yep, delicious.
If he's lucky, he'll get prosciutto, which is what real people put with their camembert.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's 10 KDA, you need to be...
Yeah,
and then you get the prosciutto.
Then you get real food.
Yeah,
Well, Portal Demon started up now by Kanga. No sneaking this one from out of under our noses, Moose. I'm gonna keep this one in full view. Zaze looking to contest this one along with Osha, and Osha is a bit of a monster at the moment. He's level 15, he's kept up with Noose, despite the fact that Noose has managed to get himself 2 kills. These two are gonna box it out here right now. It looks like Osha is getting the slightly better end of this deal, so Noose is gonna back away, although with Warriors at this stage, it is just really hard to tell who's winning a fight, because they just don't seem to die.
Yeah, they just don't take damage. In Osha's case, he literally doesn't take damage in that shield bash form, as Blaine Anderson caught out here again in the mid lane. Tomalamu picks up the kill there. Erratic taking a little bit of poke in return. Defender Olympus comes out onto Zaze, trying to turn this fight onto Sleepy.
Oh, that is a filthy amount of damage right there, and Sleepy falls down. 2 kills right now for Sin Gaming. Great Eagles rally there by Osha. Doesn't get the stun as Desecrator had pre-beats, but Osha chasing him down, trying to get the bludgeon, will get the bludgeon and the final basic attack to get the kill. Zaze taken low from Noose here. Noose gets the 3-man taunt, pins in Zaze, but Zaze, an excellent shield to save his life. Thorns out from Noose, and Noose heals himself up with his ultimate. So nothing doing right now, but Osha still wants to fight under this tower and Disrupt Bay is going to get himself a kill.
Yeah, the whole time this was happening, this was a 4v5 fight I'll put out there that Sin Gaming just took, and for the most part won, other than Osha staying a little bit too long there. But Rana picked up tier 1, tier 2 in that Hunter lane, and it's just... that's just going to extend the gold lead even further. We have a quick look at the graphs. It's 6,500 experience and gold at this point of the game. Portal Demon looking to be baited here.
Oh, Erratic taking a lot of damage there, but just able to get himself away. 3-0-5 for the support Athena.
Yeah, he wants his prosciutto, man.
He wants that prosciutto. Is that, like, PUBG's got chicken dinner, is that what it's going to be for Smite now? Prosciutto?
Yeah, prosciutto and camembert.
You get that prosciutto and camembert.
Yeah, every time you win.
Yep. Oh, well.
Paul Demon danced around yet again. No real significant poke. I mean, Zaze takes a little bit, but almost steals one of those away in the mid camps, but unable to do so, unfortunately.
Yeah, very heavy concentration over here towards this right side, because over on the left side there's no gold fury, there's only the Oracle Harpy, so Night team really needs to worry about contesting that objective. There's the ultimate out of Zaze onto Blaine Anderson, again picking on the support. This is the Tory Sky strat. Zaze picks up Blaine Anderson, Tomolomo up in the sky with that Valkyrie's discretion. Noose is boxing out Rana Barana here, his former teammate. The heal's going to come through for that Erlang Shen. Slaps coming out of Rana, he's probably not going to be able to hit too many more here. He does come back down, and the rest of his team arrives just in time to save him.
Yeah, shell pop to make sure that he doesn't fall down as well, and Zaze looking to take the fight in mid lane against Sleepy in this 1v1. Erratic kind of following around the other frontliner in Osha. They'll just clear this out and make sure that the Pole Demon doesn't get stolen or snuck away here by Kanga again.
There's two Portal Demons this game, both have gone to Kanga. The two Gold Furies have gone to Sin Gaming, so arguably they've had the better end of the deal here. But still, the Portal Demon at this stage of the game starts to gain more and more importance.
Yeah, it's just that map is map control, I guess. And they started up again here. It's down to a quarter HP. Erratic here trying to steal it away. Kanga secure.
Good snipe from there from Desecrator.
Beautiful secure.
Oh, that's so worth with how low that cooldown is, especially since he's got cooldown boots. Like there's absolutely no reason not to use that snipe there. Like at this stage, it's base 60% cooldown with what do the shoes give you? 10% cooldown reduction. That's what? That's 54 seconds. 54-second timer on your ultimate.
Yeah, I'm gonna be throwing that out anytime there's an objective ready to be secured, right? And you can kind of afford to throw it away, especially considering it should be up on the Gold Fury as well, as Sin looking to take the ward coverage here with the Oracle Harpies.
And yeah, the Gold Fury is spawning really soon as well in the next 10 seconds or so. So they'll be able to have the vision on that one and then look to maybe take it themselves. Tomolomo's picked up a Hasten Ring. Looking like afterwards he's going for maybe Spirit Desolation or even into Obsidian Shard. Yeah,
just looking for that burst penetration, and coupled with a Desecrator gets Eagle's Rally here. Osha looking to chase him down, should be able to pick up the kill, does so with a couple of in-hands on that Shield Bash form, and they looks like they take the tier 1 at the same time.
Yeah, with Tomolomo here, as well as Osha, they should be able to take it fairly easily. Erratic doing great on the zone. Judy just dashes in, finds Blaine Anderson, but with the shred coming out of that Nemesis ultimate, a whole lot of damage onto a very vulnerable Geb. He's only just hit level 12. Eagles Rally coming out from Erratic. Osha's going to be the one to find Blaine Anderson finally, and Osha diving the tower. Keeps his teammate safe, along with Erratic. Rana Brana on the right-hand side is boxing out Noose. In the mid lane, Sleepy taking a lot of damage here. Zaze is the one to finally pick him up in the end.
Yeah, these split fights really working out in favor of Sin Gaming. They're causing that chaos that we wanted in the comms of Kanga, and Disrupt Bay is going to get collapsed on here from both sides.
There's the Aegis coming out at Disrupted. Osha trying to get him with the bludgeon. Osha might actually pay for it with his life here. Rana finds him with a third and final snipe, and Noose will take down his opposite number. Desecrator with the heal as well. Going to be keeping his teammate healthy here. The low banner and low health on Sin Gaming could be exploited right now by Kanga. Oh, Desecrator went for the blind snipe. Not going to get it.
Yeah, no pin available from Noose to really secure that one. And see the difference between the previous game and this one with the trust in the side of Red Rocket and throwing that out as Tomolomo gets blinked on here. Both beads forced from the two dual hunters here, and Noose just trying to tank through, and Rana managed to avoid that damage.
Rana lived there. That's a great work there by the hunter, recognizing that his best option was just to stand and hit Noose, using that basically that almost fully stacked Devour as well, just to live, to heal himself up.
It only stacks to 70 these days, which is the other change to it. And as well as the buffed Poison Star, being able to slow that warrior and prevent him from constantly basic attacking them just meant that he could peel for himself under that tower as well as heal up at the same time. Good
call here from the side of Kanga trying to take this Gold Fury. They are very, very behind here in terms of gold and experience, so this will alleviate that somewhat. I don't know if it'll be enough to completely turn the tide, but at least it's a start. Zaze chasing down Disrupted. There's the ultimate out of the Skadi. Defender of Olympus comes out as well, and Noose is looking like he's in a whole lot of trouble. Cataclysm for Blaine Anderson, just trying to save his teammates, but it's not going to be enough. Rana Brana has the dog on him, but he's just dealing death left and right here with his basic attacks after this guy goes for the snipes, but Osha's already taken down. Disrupted, that is 3 members of Kanga gone for the price of a gold Fury. I think Sin Gaming at this stage of the game will take that. They can push this tier 2 tower and then look straight for the Fire Giant.
Yeah, you can see the strength of the double haste effects. You've got the Hasten Katana now online for Zaze, as well as the Hasten Ring on Tomolomo in the mid lane, and they were just able to walk people down and really CC them to death, especially the front line. The front line unable to escape, and then you've got a Skadi, not really the easiest god to survive on, especially being pressured by the front line of Sin Gaming, and they go straight for this Fire Giant.
Yeah, with 2 basic attack gods here, with the Rama and the Freya, that objective is going to get melted very, very quickly. So now Sin Gaming, they've got themselves the Fire Giant, they've got themselves 15,000 experience lead, and about 11,000 gold as well. Just kind of on the side there, casually 11,000 gold. So things are looking very, very rough for Kanga right now. No towers left on the map. Only 3 Phoenixes stand between the enemy and their Titan.
Yeah, it's going to be a long haul back into this game, and really they're the team that couldn't afford to fall behind in the mid game and going into this late game, because you look at the side of Sin Gaming, and we mentioned it earlier, they are all late game, and a terrifying late game at that.
And with Tomolomo getting that Obsidian Shard online, as well as the Hasted Ring, and going into another ring as well, gonna be rough times here for Kanga. Erratic just using his ultimate to get towards the enemy quicker. There's the beads from Disrupted. So 2 ultimates used by the side of Sin Gaming to try and slow down Disrupted, but they're not going to be able to secure the kill. Just looking to pressure and put down one of these Phoenixes. Full health, basically across the board for Sin and for Kanga. So this next fight has to be pretty well executed from Kanga to have a chance, despite the fact that they're underneath their Phoenix.
I mean, they can work that to their advantage and try and get some of this objective damage onto maybe some of the carries if they can manage to juggle the aggro onto the wrong character out of Sin. But it's going to be difficult work, and Osha fighting Noose in this mid lane, as well as Desecrator trying to prevent anything happening. Good pre-beads and Geb Shield. Noose forced to ultimate as well.
So he's taking some damage here, but Blaine Henderson is getting absolutely shredded here by Rana Brana. Magic Shell was popped by the side of Sin Gaming. Tomolom is just having himself a free push over on the left-hand side. In goes the Roamer Invictus, disrupted so much damage onto him. A Stone Shield trying to save him, but Zaze is going to pick up the kill. Blaine Anderson very low now as well. Good knock up there from Noose, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of his support, as Rana Brana and Tomolomo as well just banging on this mid-Phoenix. Going to be able to take it down. Noose taunted in. Noose taunted to death there, as Zaze is unstoppable. 7 kills in a row for him. Banished his Desecrator as he Aegis is banished into death. Erratic currently 4-0-15, and Sin Gaming 21-5. Trying to make it 22-5, but they're going to take out game number 1 against Kanga Esports.
Yeah, looking really strong as Sin, and this new roster that they've put together, formerly Avant-Garde, now Sin Gaming, they synergize so well together at this point.
Oh, okay, man. Come on. They synergize so well together? Come on.
Yeah, got to.
Come on, man. I expected better from you.
I'm sorry. I can't help myself. But great job out of Sin Gaming to take that game 1 over Kanga Esports. Kanga, we mentioned a few times, some roster switches, but kind of outshone there by Sin in that game.
Yeah, very nice work, particularly out of Erratic and Rana Brana, as well as Zaze. Zaze did a really nice job that game. Shout outs to everyone on Kanga there. We're going to take a short break here and we'll be back with game number 2 between Sin Gaming and Kanga Esports.